Number 10, Papers, Please. Papers, Please, you play as this checkpoint guard, more or less, that has to check everybody's visa, whether or not they are allowed into this 1984-esque Big Brother is watching you like dystopia. It has no real English audible anything, and it's just kind of like... It's actually really funny. And people can make a run at the border, and stuff like this happens. It's really, really kind of a weird game to play. You have a storyline where you have to take care of your family and check certain documents and stuff like that. So it's actually really weird. And kind of fun. So I hope you guys enjoy playing this one. Because it's weird to play. It really is. Number 9, Contagion. Contagion is a first-person shooter based off of the Source engine from the folks who brought us the Zombie Source Panic. This is actually technically Zombie Source Panic 2. And it is actually really cool. They have a couple new game modes. It is in beta currently right now, so it is not the greatest gameplay. It has working bugs and stuff like that, but nice part about supporting things in beta and alpha is, well, they listen to your emails and help you make it better. Now, there are multiple game modes, as I said earlier. You guys should check them out. Definitely check them out and play them. Either you can run around and beat and bash and kill zombies and run the objectives. Or, the other nice part about this is, if you get killed by a zombie, you become one in the long run. So it's a really nifty idea what they have going on here. And you guys should definitely check out, because it is well worth the checkout. Number 9, Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable is, well, you play a guy named Stanley, or you don't play a guy named Stanley. Stanley can die, or Stanley can't die. It actually kind of all depends on how you play it and the choices you make. There are a bunch of different endings to this little weird-ass game, because it's just all about choices and consequences, and not so much choices and not so much consequences. It's actually really weird. It was one of the more odder games that came out this last year that I really enjoyed, and I think they did a really good job on just the way the story develops, and sometimes doesn't develop, but in the end, it all just kind of comes up to the same thing. Are you Stanley, or are you not Stanley? Does Stanley die, or does Stanley not die? It all just depends on you. It's really weird. Number 7, Gone Home. June 7th, 1995, 1:15 a.m. You arrive home after a year abroad. You expect your family to greet you, but the house is empty. Something's not right. Where is everyone, and what's happened here? Unravel the mystery for yourself in Gone Home, a story exploration game from the Fulbright Company. Now, I've actually haven't played this one yet, but it looks really cool. I like these little explore the environment, find clues, do this, do that, and try to solve the mystery. I think these games are really, really cool. Now, you can probably beat them really quick, or they could take a while. But these are awesome little indie games. So you guys should definitely check this one out, because the story is awesome, and the environment is kind of haunting, from what I've seen of it. Number 6, Starbound. In Starbound, you take on the role of a character who just fled from their home planet, only to crash land on another. From there, you will embark on a quest to survive, discover, explore, and fight your way across an infinite universe. If you like the game Terraria, definitely check out Starbound, because Starbound is like a huge version of Terraria. Once you get your ship fixed, you can actually explore other planets. You can explore small planets, big planets, and, dig for supply stuff, stuff to make your ship better, your weapons better. You get guns, you get crazy stuff, and you learn different skills. You can build like an AT-AT or an ATST. You can build multiple things. The footage I used was you of traveling in your ship, which is actually really cool. And there are multiple races to use on this game, like robots, humans, or, Terran-like creatures, and so on and so forth. So check it out. It's well worth it. Number 5, Divekick. If you've ever wanted to play a game that only requires you to press 2 buttons, Divekick is the game you want. This game is so ridiculously, stupidly fun, it's not even funny. But there's absolutely nothing to it. I cannot tell you exactly how hard and how easy this game is to play. You hit 2 buttons. Jump and kick. That's it. Literally, you just do dive kicks. So, just, wow. Number 4, Contrast. Contrast is a platformer, actually an indie game platform, which is really cool. It allows you to shift in between the 2D, 3D world of, well, honestly, Dawn's world. You play as Dawn, the girl that you're seeing on screen right here, and she can shift in between shadows and the, semi-real world, and use that to help her get through each area and terrain, and like so on and so forth. Like right now, I have to jump onto the piano and on the mother's leg and the cigarette holder, onto the father's shoulder, on top of his head. This is some really crazy platforming stuff to go through. It's actually very, very fun. I love the story. I love the platforming aspects. It's very, very cool. So if you want to check it out, it is on PS3 and PS4 and Xbox and on Steam. Check it out. Number 3, Nether. Nether is another one of these DayZ knockoffs. It is a survival horror type MMO game. It's actually pretty cool. I've played the beta several times, and when I do have the money, I plan on picking it up because it is actually really cool. You're not facing zombies in this particular game. You're actually fighting these creatures called Nether, which is a weird. I'm not sure what they are. The preliminary story was that it's another dimension creature, but from what I understand, it's actually like the apocalypse, and people have turned into the Nethers. It's well worth it. Check it. Number 2, Rust. I did a little research about Rust, and they said Rust was supposed to be just another DayZ clone, but they started working on it, and they realized what they had was a lot better without adding zombies and all the other crap that goes into these games that people are doing, when they're knocking off the original idea and concept of DayZ. So they removed all the zombie stuff, and they just gave you a full survival game called Rust. You basically start out with nothing and work your way up to everything. Build a house, build your weapons, do everything. This is probably one of the most fantastic little survival games out there. Number 1, DayZ. It is an indie game. See? Steam says so. DayZ, of course, is the standalone version of the mod DayZ that we have been waiting for. How many people a couple of years ago bought Arma and Arma Combined Operations and Arma 2 and all that stuff just so they could download the DayZ mod and play DayZ? It was really glitchy, kind of laggy, but you know what? It was actually really freaking awesome, especially as the updates come out. You get on with your friends, you wander around Cherno and Electra, and you find stuff, and you pick a fight with other random people. This is just an awesome game. The standalone is even better. They have included customization. You can change things. You can make your hunter or your survivor look however you want, and you can patch people up because apparently they kept a lot of the bleeding problems in there, and the zombies randomly. So if you have been waiting for the DayZ standalone, wait no longer. The beta is out. Actually, I think it's the alpha is out. So support them and